Now, you should be feeling a nice stretch in the left side body here. Ah, there's a bee!
Oh! Awesome.
It was buzzing right in my ear.
It's okay. Keep going. We can do it.
Like it.
Alright guys, so my name's Alec, and this is my sister Danielle. She's a yoga instructor. We're going to be bringing you a video today on some mobility work, some stretches we can actually do to help loosen up areas in our back that get tight that we usually don't think about, especially for people that lift weights, any kind of weightlifting. Okay, so basically, getting to the point, you always hear about loosening up the front, loosening up our shoulders, getting external rotation, right? Also on how to protect your shoulders on a bench. Coming up, down, and around, retracting the scapula. Right, so you always hear about that to keep your shoulders healthy. But with that, I also I start realizing that we get really tight in the back, on our back, on our lower traps and our rhomboids. So we always come up, back, and down, right? And you see how that's being retracted back there, and squeezing. We're in this position all the time. We're always in that position when it comes to squatting, when it comes to benching, when it comes to deadlifting, you're always getting there. That's always the end position. And over time, that's gonna get really tight because we're always doing this every single day of the week. You're basically doing that. So Danielle's gonna help show us a few stretches that actually help with that a lot.
Traps. Okay, so we're gonna focus on stretching out your traps. So this area of your muscles right underneath the sides of your neck. So for this first inhale, you want to reach as high as you can. Imagine your torso lifting out of your pelvis beneath you. Yeah? So basically getting the side bodies nice and long. And as you exhale, release your right hand down towards the ground. Allow the left hand to rainbow over the side of your head. So from here, release your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Allow the head to become nice and heavy. Should feel a nice stretch in your left side body. Engaging your breath. And then on your next exhale, you're going to release your left hand so that it's parallel to the ground beneath you. Make sure you give your neighbor a nice little pat. And then if this is okay, you can feel free to stay here. Otherwise, if you want a little bit more of a stretch, lower your left fingertips or whatever hand is floating up down to the ground. And then from here, you should feel a nice release in your traps right now. And maybe even play with tilting your head back and forward to see how that feels. Maybe even bringing the chin over towards your right shoulder. How does that feel?
I feel it. It gets the different parts of the traps.
So the next pose to stretch out your rhomboids, the area right in between your shoulder blades, gets very, very tight during weightlifting. We're gonna try eagle pose. Start off first by crossing either your right hand in front and left elbow can come over the right. Yeah, so kind of like you're crossing. And after this, make sure your shoulders are rolling down the back. So a lot of times here, our shoulders like to creep up against our ears. Yeah. So making sure the shoulder blades are rolling down the back. And start off first by giving yourself a hug. So really cupping your scapula, your shoulder blades. And see how that feels at first.
It feels good.
Still continue to roll your shoulder blades down the back. And you can stay here if it feels good. You can tilt your chin in towards your chest to feel more of a stretch in the neck and upper back. If this feels good, you can bring the forearms parallel to each other and just notice if you do this, if your shoulders start to creep up against your ears again. Really roll those guys down your back. If you want a little bit more, you can bring your palms to touch each other and still continue to roll your shoulder blades down the back. So notice how he's rounding in the back here. Yeah. So try not to do that. Roll your shoulder blades. Yeah, there you go, down your back. The way you'll feel it a little bit more is pressing your fingertips up towards the sky so that your elbows come in line with your shoulders. Yeah. And then from here, bring your chin back in towards your chest. One more rhomboid stretch, and just be sure if you decide to do that stretch, again, you always balance it out on both sides. So start off by giving yourself a hug first, maybe taking a single bind, or maybe you can take a double bind. Yeah. And then this last stretch was one of Alec's requests, is a way you can stretch your back in a forward fold. So from here, you want to make sure first you sit up nice and tall. Imagine the vertebrae stacking on top of each other, rolling the shoulders down the back. Yep, try not to round that much. Round down through your sitting bones. And then from here, now that you're sitting up nice and tall, reach your arms up and overhead. So as you reach your arms up and overhead, roll the shoulders down the back. And as you exhale, take your right hand, grab the outer knife edge of the left foot, and then left hand grabs the outer edge of the right foot to start. So from here, like to roll the shoulders down the back to start. Inhale, bringing the gaze up, kind of like you're doing a cow in yoga terms. And as you exhale, round the back through the spine and pull your feet towards you. So if you have really, really tight hamstrings, bend the knees, generous bend in the knees. We're focusing less on the hamstrings here in the forward fold and more on stretching out the back. So this should be more of a full back stretch. And try and keep there you go. Keep the head relaxed in between the arms.
How much it actually stretches, right? From here.
Yeah, good. And see how Alec rolled his shoulders down the back as he went down? You always want to maintain the shoulders rolling down the back. So really imagining gravity is pulling the shoulder blades back and down. So, yeah.
All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Thank you for doing the video with me. And we will catch you next time. Later.
Ew.